What's up, guys? Dope Randy, and I know this is not Bristol, and I'm sorry, but we'll get into that and why that's the case later. But like I said, this is Dope Randy back at it again with another race in the Sofa Racing League, as we're going to talk about the first race in the second round of the playoffs, the Bristol Night Race, or aka the Baz Pro Shops NRA Night Race. And so this is a really special track to me for a couple of reasons, for a lot of reasons actually, but the biggest ones I would say is that number one, this is a short track, and I really love my short tracks. As I grew up in the South, and that's pretty much all there is in the South, other than that big track down south called Talladega. And the second one, the second reason is that it really hits home to me, literally, because this is a home track for me. As I live literally about 15-20 minutes away from the track.
Stay high, easy.
And I really,
alright.
It's really special to see all the Bristol or all the Northeast Tennessee guys try to support me. You ain't gonna got me like that.
Carlo.
I'm getting off the subject, but it's just really special to me how
keep it right there.
Everyone can rally around the boy as I try to win this for the hometown faithful and try to give the Tennessee fans a show. But in that case, let's just hop right into it, because you don't want to see me race this at Kentucky. But anyway, some of the big storylines heading into Bristol is can Xfinity 5 dominate again, as we will try to go 5 for 5 to begin the season, and hopefully it'll be me in victory lane. But we'll see how it goes.
Hold your line.
And then can I keep my starting average position in a godly like manner? Right now it's at 2.25. Can we keep that intact? And number 3, can I get enough stage points and have a good result to the point where I can feel comfortable about making it into the next round? And so Bristol qualifying, and this is where I knew it was going to be a bad night for your boy, because right when qualifying was starting, literally we get a big thunderstorm. That is just, I could already tell it's going to knock me out of this race. And if it did, I don't know what I was going to do. Because that is just not the way to lose a race over something you can't even control. It's stupid, it's blatant, it's the devil's work, actually. But hopefully that wouldn't be a problem. So as we go into qualifying, really nothing happened other than the scramble. The 22, I think it was, the 22 car scramble
still there
to get on the pit road.
All clear.
In which everyone made it on the pit road fine, and we all made our laps, and it ended up that my average finish and my average starting spot would increase again, would decrease, I guess, because for the third race in a row, I qualified second with a 17:02, as Spatestor got a pole. I think it's his first pole of the season at a 16:98. So very close. And I felt like it was the two of, but it was going to come down to the two of us. And everybody else's agenda was to literally stay the hell away from crashing. Which you really can't do at Bristol because it's so short and so compact. But yeah. So let's just reboot into the race. That thunderstorm ain't getting any worse, but ain't getting any better, by the way. Like, there were times it was a lightning show, both on the screen and out my window. As I try to give the hometown faithful a show. So I restart second. Me and Spank pretty much pull away from everybody in the first 10 or so laps of the stage. And then I had a plan, and that plan was to try to get the lead and try to control this race. So on at tonight, I gave Spainster the littlest of taps. Meanwhile, the two of us was nose to tail basically, as everybody else was a second back. But I gave Spainster the littlest bump and forced him into the middle groove, as I went in a very low groove and we had a good side-by-side battle for a lap or so. And then I finally got around him. And when I was getting around him, T-Mills in the number 66, Crash Claims All Us Toyota, would break away from that pack. I've literally third through everybody else, as he would be in third, and he would drive up to Spainster and I was getting around him. And it got to the point where I would have about a 6 to 7/10 lead over those two, as Spank and T-Mills was battling each other. So everything's going to the plan. And then the end of the stage, and freaking Lamples, the last thing any racer could tell you, the last thing you want to control your destiny. As far as where you're going to finish, and you don't let anybody else dictate how you're going to do, right? You should say yes. Well, that wasn't the case at Bristol. That was not the case at Bristol, as with about 3 laps to go, and I was maintaining that half a second to 7/10 lead over Sharp and T-Mills. Someone, and I don't know how, but someone blew a tire
right there
into turn 1. I think it might have been the lag monster, I don't know. But he cut down a tire with 27 laps on them.
Load clear.
Let's just keep that in mind here. 27 laps cut tire, that's not... Anyway, he cuts down a tire. He spins, and all hell breaks loose, as 5-6 cars are in it. As me, Spank, and T-Mills are trying to get to maneuver, here comes Dunn in the 21, an innocent victim, just trying to slam on the brakes. I'm trying to slam on the brakes, and I clobber him. But hence, me slamming on the brakes and clobbering him, that's going to allow Spank and T-Mills to get on by. And pretty much goes my stage win, as they get out to a 3 to 4/10 lead with 2 laps to go. I get around T-Mills for second, but I don't have enough to get Spank, as because of mischief and crashing and pretty much everything that can go wrong for me. Spank wins his first stage of the year
Only
as
5
the
laps left.
defending
Are
Cup
underneath.
champion of this series finally gets it done.
Carlos.
And I'm gonna go vent for a second here. Because you know, if your tires are low, you need to go down pit road. Like you cannot waste beautiful real estate on the High Line at Bristol like someone did. You just can't do it because that's just gonna cause trouble. And when one core spins, about 10 is gonna follow behind. And that Destiny thing I was talking about, it really killed me because I was gonna win that stage probably if nothing would have happened. But you know, I just have to clobber people just for the fun of it because you know Bristol was bumper cars, right? And so, yeah, I just want to give a big thanks to, I think it was the 22 of Marcus, just a big thanks for cutting down that tile, and a big thanks to Dunn in the 21 for literally coming up the track, but God knows why. Yeah, I just want to give a big thank you for that, as the only positive I can take away from this was, one, this was stage 1, not stage 3. And number 2, I didn't get spun. I just had to check up a great deal. I could have been like 8th or 9th or 10th or 11th, I don't know. But I got 2nd, and I'll take that. So stage 2 happens, and it's the typical Bristol restart where pretty much everyone is, where we're all playing bumper cars at the amusement park or the local fair, or around the country, wherever you might be.
Final lap.
And it gets to the point where Major Spy goes around like 3 times, and just all mayhem breaks loose. As I restarted 9th, but technically 8th because the lag monster did get out of the race right before the stage 2 restart. So that was a GG. Restarted 9th, so got up to 8th, and then all hell broke loose.
Top
Like I
5.
said.
Nice job.
And so, after all the dust has settled in this 27, 28 lap stage, something like that, or it might have been, we're just going to call it 30, this 30 lap second stage. About halfway through, the dust finally settles, and it's the point where me and Spank were 3rd and 4th, as Rockstar was in 2nd, and Rebel was in 1st. Now, the top 2 did not pit, and the other 2, me and Spank did. So we was going to try to work together. And get up through the top 2 as fast as we can. Alright? And so, with about 10 laps to go, 10 laps to go, Spank tries to get around Rockstar for P2, and those who were just having a good battle. They're both sliding around, having fun, trying not to kill each other, basically. And then about 2 or 3 laps later, with 6 or 7 to go, the tragic death nail in the battle for 2nd was when Rockstar got really, really loose. The loosest he's been all race, and pretty much clobbered Spank in the right side door as he tried to overcorrect, or no, as he clobbered the right side door, and he tried to overcorrect it, and it sent him into the wall, and he spins. I get a piece of it, but I don't spin or anything because I don't lose that much momentum. And so I'm up to third, but tragically, and at this point, but the potential for a stage win is gone, as Rebel Kush is gone. And now I'm just trying to get back to Rockstar because I did lose about a half a second on him with all that momentum. But I do catch him on the final lap, and we had a little incident where he was trying to get down pit road to get the good track position, and I was trying to get stage points, and we were both side by side.
Steady. Nice move here.
And it got to the point where me and him intersected and made contact with each other at the end of turn 3, heading for the checkered
Stay
flag.
right there.
And I pretty much just gave him a nice little tap, or not tap, gave him a nice little shove up the track. And keep in mind, we are about 20 feet away from the pit stop barriers. So, you know, we need to be working this situation out. But I gave him a nice little tap.
5 laps to go.
Well, not, why do I keep saying tap? I just pretty much shoved him up onto the track. As then he got really loose. And I go on to finish second in the stage, and he goes on to finish fourth. And that was, bumper cools. I tell you, if everyone can learn how to drive Bristol, this would be a special place. But no, people have to beat and bang off each other and act like you have to use someone as a brake pedal to attain success, but you don't have to do that. And now, you see the title of this video, you see the last 2 words in the title, and you're probably wondering when is it coming, if it hasn't already came. If you saw if you heard about my stage 3, which I let everyone know about my stage 3, one way or the other, this stage 3 is the reason the last 2 words are in the title of this video. And so let me just... Okay, here. So, we're going to restart 5th. Rebel is 4th. Spank is 3rd. I think, yes. No, Major was 3rd. Spank is 2nd. Sharp is 1st. We get through 1 turn. Okay? I get around Rebel for 4th. Okay?
2 to go.
I'm clear. Okay? He decides to be a freaking dumbass. That's what I'm gonna call it, a straight up dumbass. And just dumps me. Hits me in the right wheel. I'm in the inside wall. I'm trying to overcorrect as hard as I can. But does that work? Nope. As he gets through, but everybody else from 5th on back get T-boned, literally, as people are just flipping and up and sideways.
Last lap.
And eventually it ends up with me getting put on pit road by people because people don't know how to freaking brake in this game whenever they see a crash. And it's just, it pisses me off. It really, really does. So I get put on pit road. I do a stop and go because why would you pit for 4 tires? Because I just did 1 lap. And but yeah, thanks to Rebel trying to be a champion on lap 60 of 125, I go from a potential top 5, a potential top 3, a potential win for the hometown fans, for the hometown squad, and Tennessee would have been turning up like it's 1998, to maybe get in the top 10, gonna finish this race a lap down, if not more, due to other shenanigans, and just for the sake of one spot, there's 60 laps to go. Good freaking job. That's the reason you'll never win this championship. Just to let you know that. So, hashtag cheap plug, hashtag come at me. And so, I come on pit road, do my stop and go, because why would you pit? Like I just said. So I come out behind 6th and ahead of 7th. The Ladles, because of that crash, that again, Rebel caused, the Ladles are about a half a straightaway to third and a whole straightaway back to everybody else. So my goal at this point, I felt like me and Spank was fastest. Spank was in third when all this was going on, so he's in the clear. But eventually he'll get toned by other people, and he'd fall back to where I was. But he would be about a half a track ahead because he didn't go down pit road like someone did. And so we was 11th and 12th. There was 11 cars on the lead lap. I was the first guy 1 lap down. And so, just hoping to get a top 10 for the team, who, by the way, did absolutely miserable tonight. 2 points for the whole entire team. Highest finishing Xfinity guy was 8th, which was Hunting 956. Shout out to him. Before he got dumped by stupid freaking people, not naming names. He got dumped and killed by 2 people in particular, not naming names. Cuddle got hit like a damn pinball in the arcade from 1987. And then you'll hear what happened to me in a second. Matt, I don't know what the frick he did. He did miserable. No Escape had 3 blown tires, which I don't know how you do at Bristol. I have never seen anyone blow 3 tires. I've barely seen someone blow 1, but not 3. Laugh my ass off. I don't know how. Anyway, back to the race. So I'm trying to get my lap back. You can tell I'm not having fun doing this review. Can't you? Don't laugh if you're watching this. And so trying to get my lap back, I have to get around the top 6, which I get around, and the problem is they're all spaced out, except the top 2. Excuse me, except the top 2, but everyone else is spaced out. Like I tell, there's a half a track behind first and second. But as you see, or as you'll hear, I try to make progress, as Rockstar was in 6th, and I get around him. And then Bristol Wise, who's having a pretty good run for him, in the 17, he was 5th, got around him. And then Cambo Cots, good a career or a season best run for him without a shadow of a doubt, was 4th. Got around him. I was making progress. I was catching the tail end of the lead lap. Maybe I was going to get that top 10. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you remember that thunderstorm? Yeah, of course you don't. It didn't get any better. And finally, with 42 laps to go, or 41 laps to go, I'm sorry, because I was a lap down, the nail was in the coffin, and I lagged out when a big lightning strike came literally about 20 yards from my house or my apartment, and that was a GG, and that was the total cherry on top of the shit cake that was freaking Bristol, and it makes me so freaking mad because I can't control the Rebel, and we haven't had rain in a week and a half. And I know we need rain.
5 to go.
Like
5
this
to go.
is, like the ground is, you know, starting to get dry, and we need rain. But out of all the times, you had to pick then at 9:15 to start the shit, and then to make it even worse, it had to be a strong thunderstorm. I don't think it was severe, but it was a strong one, I know that. And, I mean, I've never had lag problems. No one told me I was lagging. And it's not like that at all. I'm not like some lag monster in this league. And the thing was, I was racing after the Bristol race whenever the thunderstorm was still going on, but not to the degree it was. And people said I was doing just fine. So, you know, whatever. What
You're hitting your
freaking
mark.
level.
Great lap.
As I go on to finish 17th, 42 laps down. Oof, oof, oof. As the only silver lining from this race is that the Xfinity 5 does make it 5 for 5. As
2 to go.
but I forgot his name. Major Spy, the guy who puts up Richard Petty type numbers in the first race in each round of the playoffs, wins the NRA night race at Bristol for his second win of the season. But you watch, he'll be some.
1 to go.
He
Give
won't-
it all you got.
He won't win another race in this round, I guarantee you. He'll go back to screwing around like he did in the last round. So and all of a sudden, I am now 7th in the points. I am 18 points to the good. Should be more, but it is what it is.
Awesome. Top 5.
My top 10 streak is over. Dating back to last season in the Xfinity Series. And overall, it was just stages 1 and 2 was great. Then I got 18 playoff points. Should have won stage 1. But, you know, flat tires. Whatever, man. That's just stupid. You can't fix flat tires. I mean, I'm not even going to go into that. I'm not going to... Whatever. Flat tires costed me stage 1. Stage 2 was okay, except for the bumper cores part of it. Stage 3, Rebel was a complete jack off and just killed me. And then the thunderstorm finished me off. I really feel bad for the hometown fans, as they really didn't get their money's worth for me. And that's basically it, really. Thanks for watching. Oh, well, I forgot to do the storylines for the next race. I mean, there's really only like 2 or 3, and it's pretty much the same. Can the Xfinity guys go 6 for 6? As, look at that, we go to Watkins Glen, the next race on the schedule. Not my intention. But, you know what? Heal. But, we go to Watkins Glen next race. And, you know, it's going to be the same storylines. Can the Xfinity 5 go 6 for 6 this season in the Xfinity in the Cup, Season 3? Can I attain my 2.2 starting position on average this season? And can I try to grow this 18-point gap I have on? I think it's No Escape. It's the guy who would be cut It's the first guy on that cutoff line. But it's 18 points. You'll have to wait and see till Watkins Glen. If there's no thunderstorms or stupid crap like that. And which, in case you're wondering, it is supposed to be sunny Monday night. Well, it's clear Monday night. It's supposed to be clear, so I think we're going to be okay. So, but until then, this is Dope Randy. This is Dope Randy. I'll talk to you later. Have a good day.